Hi, I'm KS Garner, and you're listening to the Solo Nerdbird podcast. Today, I'll be speaking with the writer and creator of the comic series Tap or Die, Anthony Stokes, here to discuss the first issue now live on Kickstarter. Welcome back, Anthony.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, thank you for joining us again. But outside my introduction, for those who don't know you already, who is Anthony Stokes in his own words?
I just like to write. That's really all there is to me. I just like to tell stories, make comics.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is Tap or Die about?
Absolutely. So it's about a young, talented wrestler, and he's being gate capped, and he's butting heads with the legacy wrestlers in his federation, and the commissioner screws him over. He gets hurt really badly, and he goes to get revenge. So it's a revenge story where that happens in the wrestling ring, essentially.
Mm-hmm. So what were your inspirations behind Tap or Die, and how were you able to maintain your original ideas while working alongside your inspirations? Because when I first initially saw it, to hear the story, it reminds me of Megalobox. Do you know that anime Megalobox?
I've heard about it, but I haven't seen it.
It's pretty good. It's on Hulu. I think it's still on Hulu right now.
Okay.
And I think they just made a second season. I haven't seen it yet, but the first one is really good.
I've heard good things. So essentially, like a couple things that inspired it. Creed, the movie series, really big fan of. I think Creed 1. I just saw 3 recently. It's a great movie. Berserk, the revenge angle, being that raw energy. I really enjoyed, as well as a lot of other manga. I seen. Oh my god, I'm so tired. It's the boxing anime. I can't believe I can't think of it right now. Oh my goodness. I can't remember what the boxing anime is. A really popular boxing anime that's probably gonna come to me. And then a lot of it was kind of like it was inspiration, real life inspiration for kind of the I butted heads with a lot of the veteran comic book creators in the space in the community that think that things should be done a certain way, and I'm striving for innovation. So there's a lot of back and forth about that. So at the peak of when I was going through that's actually when I made Tap or Die. That's when I started writing it.
Okay, I'm looking up the boxing anime in Baki.
Is it boxing anime? I think it's the other one. Hamaji no Ippo. Oh my god!
Okay.
Yeah, what a great! It was great. It was a beautiful, a phenomenal show. That as well. But
Yeah, I'll have to see if that's where that is so I can watch it. But while writing and collaborating on Tap or Die, what has changed that you weren't expecting, or do you predict will change in future issues? So like the art style or character arcs, or even maybe collaborating with different, artists. Like, was it throughout the process? Did anything change that you weren't expecting, or do you see changing in the future?
So I like to plan things out methodically, right? I'm a plotter. They say pantser plotter. So do you kind of come up with things on the fly, or do you like sit down and meticulously plan everything? I really meticulously plan things. So as of right now, no, everything more or less came through as I had it envisioned. The artist Emilio did an amazing job and far exceeded my expectations. And I guess that'd be one thing, but no, I really did. This was all the decisions were made like well in advance of actually putting pen to paper, basically.
Mm-hmm. So I gotta ask, what's your opinion on AI as a writer and creator? Where do you see it going? And do you genuinely believe it can be used as a tool, or will it eventually replace it all?
No, you're not going to replace. No, you're not going to replace it. I think it can be a tool, right? Like you can generate images and based off prompts and be like, huh, that's interesting. At that point, it's no different than Googling something, right? I think the problem is when you try to use that to create something and then try to make it a commercial product, and that's stealing. I think that's where and AI is not going away. AI art is not going away. It's going to be here for a while.
Yeah, hasn't it always kind of been here in a way? Like,
I mean, what do you?
you know, generated images of something to be used as for something else or as a placement for something else, it's always kind of been here. It's just it just grew a lot quicker than we were all expecting it to.
I think the problem is trying to pass off AI art as essentially like your art, and then you trying to sell that, like, because I believe the AI uses reference images, and then once you do that, once you're basically using other people's arts and selling them, that's the problem. And most other applications, I think you can. It's a tool, right? Like you can use anything with ill intent or in a bad way to make it like unethical. And I think there is some nuance, but honestly, it's not even something that I've really like dabbled in, because of the conversation is usually so polarizing. It's usually like everybody's saying AI art is stealing, and then somebody being like, well, no, actually it's good, like, but it's so toxic. And I don't know. I have my methods. Like I have the way I do things, and it just doesn't account. Like there's no way to work AI art in there at all. So I just kind of stay out of it.
Well, is there anything else you wanted to touch on about Tap or Die, the Kickstarter, that we may have missed as a whole? Maybe rewards for potential backers, or any other upcoming projects or conventions you may be at this year?
Yeah, I'm doing conventions. I'm going to Baltimore. What is that, man? That's like 2 months away.
It's like in October. I think they're moving it.
September, I think.
September, actually. They're moving it back 9th. To September. Yeah.
September 9th. Yeah. So I'm going to be there, see all my comic book buddies. That's going to be really cool. I mean, I got all kinds of projects in the works. I mean, there's a chance. My goal is to drop 10 projects next year. Not me self-publishing all of them, but via work for hire, via other people publishing. Big not big push, but like through indie publishers. I'm looking to hopefully get like 10 projects. We got like Tap or Die. I'm probably gonna drop 3 Tap or Die projects next year. Intrusive Thoughts. I'm dropping 2 or 3 of those projects next year. I have a comedy in the works. This is a story, American Yakuza, I'm working on with one of my good friends, Chris Moses and Charlie McElvey, and then that's going to be dropping in 2024. So yeah, it's gonna be busy. I'm really busy right now, which is good. But hopefully I'll get a break one of these days.
Well, you write so much, I don't think you're even allowing yourself to, honestly. But like, how does it feel to jump from different genres? You got like, you have Intrusive Thoughts, Decay, and then you jumping into wrestling and doing a comedy and all these different topics and art styles and whatnot. How is it, how are you jumping from, I guess, genre to genre, topic to topic like that? How does that work for you?
I think for me, like I guess the equalizer is dialogue. I think that's one thing that I really pride myself on, is be able to write characters that have A, interesting things to say, and B, can convey character really effectively. And I think when you do that, that does help. So every scene can have a certain level of entertainment value when hopefully the audience is being engaged by what the characters are saying. That's one thing. I also think that I studied a lot of genres. Like my whole thing for pretty much up until like 2019, even 2020, basically until I started making comic books. So, almost my entire life, really, like through the 2010s, I've just been consuming media like crazy. I used to watch movies. I used to watch 2 movies a day. I'd watch a TV show in a weekend. My entire, like I used to be a truck helper, helping a truck, like half of your day you're sitting in the truck. I would watch like Netflix. I'd read manga. I'd watch movies. So I just been consuming a lot of media and consuming a lot of different genres as well. And then really when I write, I don't really consider genre, as in I'm not thinking like, what beats do I need to hit to make it this or that. I'm more or less just like making a scene and trying to write the most interesting scenario that also fits within the grander narrative. So I almost don't even consider genre when I'm writing. Like, I think Decay, you can consider it like a horror or thriller, Intrusive Thoughts. I think it's squarely horror. I think this is like an action, you say action sports. And then like I said, I have such a wealth of knowledge about different genres. And I also really I do a lot of, even now, I'll do studying, like whenever I'm coming up with a new idea, I'll consume something that's adjacent to it because I want to really understand, like, okay, like here's how to execute this at a high level as well. So it just goes back to being prepared, essentially.
So where can obviously the Kickstarter is up right now, but where can people find you online to see if they can keep up with you?
At Stokes the Writer on Twitter. I'm always on Twitter, and then Instagram.com/Decay Comic. I'm on as well. And those are the two main things I'm on right now. Mostly Twitter though. It's hard to like work on all these projects and then like be super active on social media. But I really just stick to Twitter.
Are you on Threads?
No. I don't do any of those Twitter alternatives. Like, it just seems like a waste of time to me. It's like Twitter is like, when there was this great line, social network, where I forgot who it was. I don't know if it was Eduardo or Mark, but they were like, hey, somebody said Facebook me, right? And what, like, Facebook me basically meaning like look me up. Like when you think about Kickstarter, people use Kickstarter as like crowdfunding in general. It's synonymous with crowdfunding. Like Facebook is more or less synonymous with social media, and Twitter's the same way. Like you got Black Twitter. There's all these moments. It's just ingrained into the culture. Like it's not going anywhere. And I feel like as creators, if you rely on Twitter for money reasons, like I do, I try to grit my teeth and bear it and just stay on the platform. But like, we should be trying to like keep people on the platform as long as possible. We shouldn't be trying to get them to go somewhere else, because these it's not as if you're coming up with something organic and then that naturally, like TikTok wasn't an alternative to like Instagram or something like that. It was an organic thing that came about. It's like these things that are just like, oh, we're a Twitter replacement. It's not gonna. One, Twitter hasn't gone anywhere, so you're not, so there's that, and then it's not going to happen. And then these Twitter alternates are going to be fighting each other for the second spot. So I'm just staying on Twitter until I can't use that, literally until like it implodes. Like that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's a lot of people like that, and I'm reluctantly staying as well. So
reluctantly, you said?
Yeah. I mean, the account I have now is my second one. I deleted my original one because it was just becoming too much. But then I came back with the podcast, and I mean, I log in when I have to post off, and then I log back out because I guess now Elon has it where they can send you notifications about other things on there, but I don't follow any of these people, so it's like, why am I getting these notifications? But yeah, I'm still on there. I am on Threads. I just like it better in a way. But in the ads and stuff aren't there yet. So I guess when they finally get on there, then there'll be a problem. But I'm trying to enjoy it while I can.
Yeah, more power to anybody on those other apps. I will not be there. I'm gonna be on. It's hard enough being on Twitter. Like it's hard enough.
You've got so much other stuff to do. You don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. No, I am drowning in. It's like. Basically drowning in assignments. Like it's just so easy to start something new. God knows how many projects I have in the works. And what's good now is I'm getting like work for hire jobs, but that incentivizes you to work more, basically, because it's like, okay, I'm getting paid like now, so it's like it's crazy. I don't know how many projects I'm working on right now. Probably 100, but
you get paid for it.
I'm not getting paid for all 100. I'm getting paid for like not even a handful, like, but it's like theoretically I could get paid for the other one, so it's like the extra bit of motivation.
All right, well, again, I want to thank the writer and creator of the comic series Tapper Dot, Anthony Stokes, for joining us again here today to discuss the first issue now live on Kickstarter All of Anthony's socials and website will be listed in this episode's details, alongside the Kickstarter link for those who are interested. Again, I'm KS Garner, and you've been listening to the Solo Nerd Bird Podcast. Thank you.